Hey guys, just been really crappy lately. Well, it's just my CMSP ran out, and uh, I wasn't able to take any insulin for a couple days. But then my friend of mine gave me some extra insulin, so that's okay. But I don't have any more Zoloft, and it's just I I keep having these really weird dreams, and I can't really. I've just been sleeping all day. And I don't know. I think it'll be fine as soon as I start taking it again, but it's just like I wish there was an alternative. Anyway, I don't really know what to make a video about today. I did a lot of Korean listening. I've been a really big fan of KBS and YTN on TuneIn Radio on my iPhone. It's YTN is 24-hour news, and KBS is a news network. They have a 24-hour news television station, but or something like that. But on the internet, and it's just getting everyday uh, you know Korean talk, news talk in my brain, and I read some Naruto in Japanese earlier. I'm on chapter 398 now. Some crazy things going on. If you guys read ahead, well, I mean, most people are up on the current chapter now. I'm way behind. I have like 150 chapters behind. But, that's what happens when you stop reading it every week. uh, I stopped reading it, and I wanted to read the Japanese raws, and I just felt like I needed to study more. So I just recently, well, not recently, a couple, like 6 months ago, started reading it again, but I had to pick up from volume 25 because I just wanted to start from where I left off, and apparently there's been a lot happening in Naruto since then. Spoiler alert, I just got to the part where Sasuke defeated Itachi. All these people are dying, like Jiraiya died, and then what's his name died, the guy that smoked the cigarettes, Shikamaru's and Choji and Ino's sensei. I think it was Ikari. No, I don't know. No, Azuna. No, I don't. I don't remember. But he died, and then Itachi died now, and then Madara is like explaining like the beginnings of Konoha, and that's the chapter I'm on, and I just decided to take a break, and started playing Dragon Quest VI again. I have a really hard time playing the Dragon Quest games because they're just really, really long-winded. And yeah, I remember I beat Dragon Quest, the original, on Famicom. And I didn't really feel very accomplished. It's just like you play it and then you just like level up and level up. But I mean, I felt it improves your Japanese reading speed. I mean, I guess no matter what language you're reading it in, it improves your reading speed because if you actually attempt to read, if you're not just skipping through it just so you can level up, I mean, I use it as a tool because it has scrolling text that you can read over and over. It really helps your reading speed. I almost think the Japanese government, funded Dragon Quest production in order to increase literacy in Japan, And you can tell because people read really fast in Japanese. I can't keep up with when in certain video games and stuff where they have text going by, it I can barely finish reading a couple sentences when it's like already finished. Like it's like whoa, like Japanese read a lot faster than us. And that it's just like yeah, Dragon Quest 6 is a good game. Maboroshi no Daichi. The main idea of this game is that there's a second phantom or there's a second world that you go to where where you're like in this like phantom land or something. That's why it's Maboroshi. And Daichi is just like the land. Anyway, I never really I tried playing Dragon Quest 5 once. It's like a life story kind of game. Like apparently you go through the life story of the main character, and I played that for a while, but I didn't really like it. Dragon Quest 6 is fun. It's really long. I liked Dragon Quest 8 a lot, but then I stopped playing it, and I want to play it again in Japanese, so I have to get my Japanese PS2. I'm gonna have to buy it for my brother because there's no way he would give it to me. It was like the special Midnight Blue edition that was limited. He might have already sold it, but I hope he didn't because they don't even make it anymore. And it has the 80 gigabyte hard drive that they don't even make anymore. It's just like you don't want to get rid of something that they don't make anymore like that. It's gonna be worth a lot of money later on. And also it's just it's very good to have. I mean, I don't really care about the money later on. I just want to use it. It has special OS that was different than the American one they released. It was basically like pre PS3, pre PSP, like where they had like videos you could download and stuff like that. They never caught on until the PS3 came out in America. It's just like, why does stuff like this happen? Like cool stuff will happen and will be released in the Japanese versions, and then they'll just cut out a bunch of stuff when they bring it to America. I don't understand their reasoning. Like, like I wish people would just stop thinking about the money and just release things the way they were intended. And maybe if it's good enough, it'll sell itself. Like I always really believe that you shouldn't really have to make an effort to, like, the reason so many people, jailbreak their iPhones and all that and unlock their Androids is because there's a lot of features that users want that Apple and Google just don't deliver. And it's like if Apple and Google don't want people doing that, then maybe they should offer a competitive features. They shouldn't make it so that you have to spend a whole bunch of money just to get a simple app that you were going to delete anyway. Because it's like you can find a free one that was like completely free, that's where that works better. Even on the App Store, like, they trick people into buying these things. It's just, it's open market. It's how it works. But, it's just, I think there's a better way. I really think there's a better way to handle things than the current system. But, that's only time will tell, I guess. Anyway, I've been off my Zoloft for a couple days, so I'm, like, really out of it. And my brain is just, like, shaking. And, I'm just really tired. I just, like, got up from a nap. And, like, I woke up, like, at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then, and drank some coffee and did some studying, and I watched some Korean videos and learned some vocab and all that. And now I'm just documenting my learning process. I have these books up here that I rarely. At first I was really excited. I wanted to learn Linux and I wanted to learn all this programming stuff. But then I realized that, and my friend Josh across the hall over there, he's a programmer. He's learning Java because he wants to develop Android applications. But he just told me that you need to take it a little slower, and that you need to give your brain some time to rest, because if you try to do too much, it'll just overwhelm you. So I'm just, taking it like one step at a time. I'm running Linux. That in itself is like already like a big step forward. That because I want to be able to, join the already well supported community of Linux, and I want to eventually install Debian. But it's I'd like to. I have a lot of catching up to do, and I want to develop websites and administer like all this stuff. I want to be able to learn from the learn from the experts on how to run a business and run community run I got a telecommunications technology book right here, and economics book right there, HTML and all that. Still, um, I'm reading through some books like the free books that I read through the HTML book. It mentioned the Java Thinking in Java, and that's free online. I was reading that, and it's a really good read, and it really helps with a theory of object-oriented programming. I want to learn Perl, I want to learn Java, I want to learn PHP, I want to learn Python. I want to learn SQL. I want to learn all this good stuff, because I'm just, I want to be able to understand how to run stuff that I've been on the user end for so long. I want to be able to have an inside look, and I want to be able to. I have a lot of catching up to do, but I feel that once I have caught up, that I'll have a lot to offer the community. And the thing about community is that there's no one person. I mean, unless you're just some crazy guy like Steve Jobs or someone, or but I mean, like, there's no one person, and even then, like, it wasn't really just him. It was him and his, he had feedback from his from users, and he had a strong team. It's all about teamwork. It's not really about like, oh, I'm smart, I'm the best, I'm gonna change this company. It's more like I have a lot to offer, but I want to work together as a team, and through and together we can create something that we'll all be proud of. Is kind of the thing I'm going for. I still feel like I'm not really getting very far in my language studies, and I think it's going to be a really long time before I'll start seeing any real um, any real uh, you know uh, what's the word, profit. Before I start making a living off of it, because it's really hard to translate. It's like, I've been studying Japanese for 10 years, and I still can't just translate, even though people do it every day on anime fan subbing. I don't know how they do it. Like, they take this script and they just make it readable to people who don't know the language. And I think that's an impossibility, but apparently they do it on a daily basis. I mean, they do it like hours after the Raw comes out. I mean, these are really talented people here, and these people do it for free. They do it on their free time. They do it for fun. I think these people need need to be given jobs. These people on the internet that, for some reason or another, they aren't making a living doing what they do for fun. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe they do make a comfortable living off of it, but it's just like, this society, it really condemns people who don't have a public presence, just because there's a lot of talented people who can't present themselves to the public, and so they're hiding behind a computer screen where their real talent is. And then it just goes, they let users reap the benefits from their talent for free. They have open source and freeware and all that. And that's good and all, but I mean, it's just like I really wish our society would accept these kind of people for who they are, which are really, professionals. I mean, they day in and day out, they produce just amazing work, and I really think they need, a little recognition in our society, more than these people who just, put on a suit and tie and, can talk a lot of game. But when it comes down to it, they're really just, backstabbing people. I mean, there's a lot of good people I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good people out there. And it's just, we tend to focus as a society on the negative. We see all this, stuff about, people making billions of dollars off of, these pharmaceuticals and stuff. And, I've, as a diabetic, I just, when my CMSP ran out, which it recently did, and I reapplied, and it's just like, why do I have to reapply every 6 months? You know, I'm gonna need insulin for the rest of my life. Why should I have to pay $100 for it? I mean, why do I need to pay $100 for something I need to live? It's just like, it's ridiculous. So, it's just like, and the only people benefiting are the pharmaceutical companies. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. And, a lot of people, they spend their lives, that their passion is to try to right the wrongs, but, I don't have the energy for that. I just don't, so I'm dedicating myself to working within the system rather than go against it. And, I think with enough blood and sweat, and with enough dedication and passion, and with enough effort put in on my part, I really think I can do a lot. And it's just like, I'm going to have a really, I'm trying to make myself irreplaceable. The goal I'm reaching is to be able to translate freely between English, Japanese, Korean, and Mandarin Chinese. And I want to go further after that. I want to learn Arabic and French. And I think with those, I think I'll be unstoppable, because, and I'll really be able to help a lot of people, because I don't have any agenda other than to learn. I really just want to just keep going. I'm not blinded by, power or any of that stuff. I'm just a complete addict. And I really feel like as long as I stay with this, then eventually I'll start having, I'll start having, profit, I'll start benefiting. Results will come in eventually. But the key is that you can't give up. You just can't. Because if you give up, then you fail. But as long as you commit to not giving up, you won't fail. It'll just take a long time. Or maybe you'll get lucky. But either way, I try not to rant too much. I'm just really tired and committing myself to making a video every single day. I've lost count of the days already. I think it's been like 12 days, 7 days, and I don't know. Maybe it's been 370 days. No, it hasn't. But yeah. Eventually, someone's gonna come to my channel, and I'm gonna be exactly who they're looking for. And until that day comes, and even after that day comes, I'm still gonna be me. I'm not gonna change for anyone. I'm just not. I can't. It's impossible. I mean, how can you change who you are? I mean, it's just like asking a bumblebee. It's like asking a bumblebee to stop collecting pollen. It just can't do it. Like, I don't know why. I'm just completely just maddened by the fact that I don't understand Japanese and Chinese and Korean fluently. And every single day I keep trying to push further, and it's just I don't really see the results, but I know the results will come as long as I stay with it. Anyway, that's just enough of my positive reinforcement. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye bye.